Hi everyone, hope you're well. Miss Laycock here, bringing you 5 little writing activities based on a book. And if you haven't guessed it, the book is The Gruffalo. Now please don't worry if you don't have this book at home, because BBC iPlayer have the animated series on their website. So you can just type in The Gruffalo into iPlayer and it will come up as shown on screen. Now I've seen some of these ideas online, so I thought I'd adapt and break them down into different year groups, how you can still do the same activity but for reception year 1 and year 2. Now obviously you can further adapt that because you know your child. I'm just giving some ideas of how each year may tackle the writing task. So let's go. Activity 1. Character description of the Gruffalo. So what words are used throughout the story to describe him? So reception, they might be able to point to parts of his body in response to the descriptive words being read. So you might say 2 large curved horns and they may be able to spot it. Or they may be able to remember some of the descriptive words being said, especially if they read the book several times. So just see what they can do for this one. Year 1, see what descriptive words they can spot on their own. So can you encourage any others? For instance, what on his body is poisonous? And as a challenge, can they write down the descriptive words? So they can obviously use the book, so they can copy the spellings, or have a go at writing independently. Now obviously, most of the words are quite tricky and they can just use their phonics for spelling. So it's not a spelling quiz when we're writing down for this. And year 2, to list all the adjectives used to describe the Gruffalo. Year 2 are especially good at spotting adjectives, but remember it's not just appearance, so it can be describing his personality and behaviour. Can you list any noun phrases used? So, as a challenge, year 2, you can either do these 2 activities or, because obviously up to you, this activity. I'm not pushing for all this because there's a lot of writing. So you might want to do the challenge. So can you write down all of the descriptive phrases and sentences used? For example, this one describes his knees and toes. He had knobbly knees and turned out toes. And I've just underlined the descriptive part of that sentence. So that's the first activity. Second one, a Gruffalo food menu. Throughout the story, the mouse talks about the Gruffalo's favourite foods. Can you use these to make a menu for a Gruffalo-themed cafe? Now, reception might draw the foods and label what they can. Year 1 and year 2, you could also draw and label the foods, but could you set it out as a proper menu and maybe even add prices to them? Now, is your cafe going to be expensive or not? So think about the prices of the different foods. And obviously, because it's your menu, you can decorate it in any way you'd like. That's activity number 2. Activity number 3, if you met the Gruffalo. So if you met the Gruffalo, what would you say? Would you trick the Gruffalo like the mouse did? So reception can just answer the questions verbally, and they can have a go at writing what they would say to the Gruffalo. It might be handy to have a picture on screen of the Gruffalo, and so they can practice saying their reply to him first. And again, this can be done for all years, it doesn't have to be just reception. Year 1 and 2, can you write about it using the title or the sentence starter? If I met the Gruffalo. Now, where would you take him? What would you do with him? And as a challenge for year 2, could you include any speech? So when a character is speaking. And don't forget to include the speech marks 66 and 99. So activity number 3 is, if you met the Gruffalo, what would you do and what would you say to him? Activity number 4, create your own Gruffalo. This one I'm very excited about. So this is the time that you can design your own fictional Gruffalo character with different features to the original. So you've got to change the features. So you can draw and colour it however you like, felt tips, colouring crayons, wax crayons, and then add labels to the main features. So the differentiation for this is obviously the outcome. Now, challenge for any year 1s and year 2s, can you label any of the features using noun phrases? So adjective, adjective, noun. For example, long, wispy whiskers. So on my Gruffalo, he has long, wispy whiskers. So I look forward for you to create your own Gruffalo. What will he look like? And activity number 5 is identifying rhyming words and pairs. So can you spot the rhyming words in the story? Write down or record any rhyming pairs that you can find. So reception, again, this is differentiation through outcome. Reception child, you might give a rhyming word and can they think of a word that rhymes with it or spot the rhyming word in the story that rhymes with it. And year 1 and year 2, as they're going through the words, they should be able to spot some rhyming words and pairs. Again, it depends how many they can spot, how many they can write down. And then a further challenge for that is, could you think of any further words that rhyme with the ones you found? So there are a couple of ideas. You don't have to do them all. These are just ideas. You may want to take 1, you may want to take 3, or you may just want to read the story. Either way is fine. These are just some little writing ideas that you can do with different age children based on a book. So I hope these were helpful and I hope you all have a good week. Bye.